And we're back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Again, thank you to Nikki Anderson. She was on in the first hour, and if you missed it, you can go to golftalkradio.com, click on the podcast icon to get our podcast, or go to iTunes. You can also find it on Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, to name a few, iTunes Radio, TuneIn Radio. And I brought Billy some presents that I was unable to give him last week. And so we thought...
Well, I'm honored, and I'm going to read what you gave me.
Okay.
The description of what you gave me, of one of the gifts you gave me.
Okay.
And we're going to ask the listeners if they can what do they do? Send us a message if they can tell exactly what this is? They got to be exact.
They have to be exact.
Precise.
Yes.
Because I'm going to give precise.
So Billy's going to read
definition.
What is on this particular gift, and then you guys can either you can email us through the website, golftalkradio.com. We'll say the first 3 people that guess it correctly, we will send you prizes from the Golf Talk Radio prize bin, which I have a ton of stuff that I want to get rid of.
And I can't emphasize enough they have to be exact, because it's going to be fairly obvious what it is in the beginning.
Got it.
All right? It's going to be, so here we go.
So go to golftalkradio.com. If you think you know what it is, use the trivia winners form. You can submit in the memo section what you think it is.
So this gift utilizes innovative, high-speed, low-compression core technology, resulting in a powerful engine to drive remarkable distance with exceptionally soft feel. The high flex casing layer enhances speed and controls spin to promote even greater distance. The proprietary GRN41 urethane elastomer cover delivers premium scoring control with exceptionally soft feel and long-lasting durability.
Did you say GRN?
The GRN41.
Oh, 41, GRN41.
Yeah, urethane elastomer, because, there's the GRN44.
I get those mixed up all the time.
This unique Cantory aerodynamic design delivers optimal...
What was that word?
Cantory.
Cantory.
Cattery? Catenary.
C-A-T.
Catenary.
Cantonary.
No
I think I had one of those in my eyes.
I remember when you struggled with that.
When I was getting contacts. I had a cantonary.
It's not cant. It's C-A-T.
Oh.
Cat is what you had in your eye.
I was like a cataract.
So the catenary aerodynamic design delivers optimal and consistent flight on all of my shots. So what exactly is this?
So you have to name. Everybody's going, oh, I know what he's talking about. You probably know the generic thing he's talking about, but
I need to know.
But who makes it?
Yep. And
what model is it?
And what model is it? Make and model.
So you go make and model. So you go to
the GRN41 could give it away.
Yeah. So go to golftalkradio.com, the trivia form on the left-hand side of the page, and put in there the make and the model of the gift that I gave Billy. And this segment is brought to you by Dave Schmandel and Slick Sticks, your key to better golf. You can give Dave a call at 805-598-9993. That's 805-598-9993. Clubs, grips, adjusting loft and lies, flight scope, golf lessons, you name it, Dave does it.
And I'll give a hint.
Yes.
I've never used it before.
I was very surprised when I brought those in, and you looked at that one, and you go, "What is this?"
Yep, never. So it's going to be brand. I'm excited.
You
and
never have.
I'm going to play at Virginia Country Club.
It's hot.
I know. Can't wait.
It was introduced last year.
So
there's a clue.
There's a lot of clues
There's a
you're
hint.
giving out. It's round. Predictions of the 2019. This is the first show of the year, and it's and it just tour predictions, because we can go on in our business and our lives. And I'm telling you, mine. I was going to stay out of surgery then 2019. That's not happening. I got to go. I just found out this week I have to have surgery on my knee. So that would have been right off the deck. But and it's not resolution. It's a predictions. What you know? What? Want me to start the flow?
Sure.
All right. I think Tommy Fleetwood is going to break into the world top 5, if not even lower. I think he could become close to a number 1 tour player. Depends on how many events he plays, but he's going to be in the top 5 world rankings this year. That's my prediction.
Wow.
I think Fleetwood is the deal, man. I'm reaching. I think he might be 10 or 12. I don't know what his ranking is right now. You could probably find out.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
I got a sad one.
What's that?
I think Phil Mickelson falls out of the world top 50.
I'm in 100% agreement with you on that.
I think, and I love Phil, but I think he's in, maybe even higher number than that. No wins. I got no wins, and that's a prediction, and it's hard to say, but I did some searching here. So what do you got? What do you think? But what is Fleetwood's ranking? You got that anywhere near?
I'm looking that up. That's why when you asked me that, I was.
I also believe Tony Finau wins a major. What do you think of that one? I think he's a major winner, Tony Finau. He was that good.
Yeah,
in 18.
I totally see all these things happening. Hang on one second here.
Okay.
Internet's being weird. So go ahead. You keep going.
All right. I believe Ricky Fowler has 2 more top 5s in majors, but no wins. I think he goes majorless another year, but I think he's going to have 2 more top 5s. Kind of sad, too. That's kind of harsh, isn't it?
You think so?
I don't want to be harsh, but I've got a gut feeling that he's so good. I just don't think he's going to get the win. I would hope so. Big fan. Here, and this is I got one more, and then you can fire him up. I think Tiger wins once, but falls short of tying Sam Snead's 82 wins. Tiger sits at 80. I think that he wins once, and he's still short of it. I don't know. That's my prediction. So far
Okay.
you're just not. Well, you're looking up things.
I'm looking up the one. Okay, so as of January 6th. Okay,
Yeah.
so this was
Just like 2 days ago.
yeah
Well,
the 3 days ago,
Yeah,
right? So
right.
what was the 6th? Was Sunday?
it was Sunday.
Okay, so we were looking for Fleetwood is 13th.
I think
He was 13th.
I think he gets to the top 5.
So the top 5 as of January 6th, 2019 in the world rankings: Justin Rose, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, Bryson DeChambeau, and then Xander Schauffele is number 6.
Wow, good for Xander, man. What a
Yeah.
stud. So what do you think? Let's talk Xander.
So, well,
he already won. So
one of the things that I was going to say is one of my predictions in 2019. Xander is going to win one of the majors.
So he's a major champion.
I think.
And I got Tony
and even
Finau.
this is even before what happened
Well, yeah.
at the Century. I mean, the way he played at the Open last year, and just the way that he's come on, his game is so
He's the real deal.
it's so flawless. It's so steady. That I think it's that kind of guy that has got a real shot at
what do
winning
you
the major.
think? I don't have him on my list, but what do you think of Jordan? Do you think he wins again, Jordan Spieth? Or, I mean,
I think if he does win, it won't be a major. He will win. I could see him winning one tournament, but
okay? And I also have this Cameron Champ, this new kid that's
Mm-hmm.
out there. And I've got this from what other people. I did some research and was reading up on him, as I don't really know of him yet. But he crushes it. And the all-time record for driving distance average on the tour is 319 yards, almost 320. It's 319.8. That's Rory. He did it this past year.
yeah.
I think he breaks that by 10 yards. I think you're going to see a 335 average just from what you read about him. I'm just reading about how far he hits it all the time. And he didn't look that big.
That's insane.
But and that's not my pick. That was a pick from the PGA Tour that a lot of people said, "Oh yeah," when they heard that. So I'm just repeating what I read down there.
That's incredible.
So what do you think this is going to happen? Bryson DeChambeau's one-length club system takes off. That it's still the talk. Is it going to? And I mean, not on the tour, but shops, orders, public.
Do you want to know my true feeling on it?
Do you think it's going to take off?
I don't think it is.
So you think
I think it's
him?
I think it's a niche product.
Okay.
And this is why.
They said that about the metalwood, by the way.
Right.
Just so you know.
But this is, I believe that with maybe more modifications to it. I know some people, without saying names, that have gone out and gotten them.
They've done
and
it.
they've been fitted properly.
Well, I'll tell you
And-
one thing. You got to be fitted. I'll give you his specs. It's amazing.
Well,
It's
that's
probably not his.
But this is why I think, answering your question again, this is why I think, I don't know if it'll necessarily take off like this year. I think there's just so much more to it than people realize.
Way
because
more.
There's the size of his grips.
Yeah.
There's the different lengths you could have and choose. And then you look at the way Bryson DeChambeau sets up.
Well, here's
The
why.
way he sets
Can I
up.
tell you why?
Well, yeah, but so this is what happens too, and I'll finish this. I'll let you do it. But people are trying to imitate him, And if you're taking him, take him as look at how many other people are setting up like Bryson DeChambeau. They're not.
And if they do with their normal clubs,
they're going to get killed.
Deep trouble.
They're gonna hurt themselves.
Exactly.
So I think there's a combination there between Bryson's game, Bryson's equipment, and then how does that mesh with your amateur player? That's my answer.
Well,
in a nutshell.
and I call it Iron Bryson because I found out his clubs don't have numbers, so they asked what club is he hitting? Is it an 8-iron, 6-iron, or whatever. they have names, and I found out his names, and the dude's an interesting character. But the reason he was a physics major, but him and the guy that came up with this, they wanted to see what it'd be like to not change posture over every club.
Right.
So he keeps his posture identical. So they came up to do that. Every club's 37.5 inches, which is your typical 7-iron. So he doesn't have to change posture at all. Then he weighs the clubs exactly the same. They're all 268 grams, and that includes the jumbo grip you were talking about, which is 120-gram jumbo. So the 260, every one of them are the same exact length and the same exact weight.
Right.
And his posture does not change. So the lofts change on the golf clubs. So the weights don't change. I thought the weights were different, and they're not. They're exactly the same. So if you try to set up like him and swing your normal set of golf clubs, you're right. You're going to hit it not so, because you have to set up, with the different lie angles and the different, to make you different distances and different distance from the ball. Both, it's in ball position, a little bit changes.
Yeah, right.
So this is interesting. They took forever to get this right.
I'm sure.
Him and his partner. I think his name is in here somewhere. But
well, he is meticulous. I mean, when you look at the way that they gridded the greens and all that at Augusta and all the places he's played. And I think that, again, to me, I'm not saying that what he's doing is a bad thing. I just think it's so unorthodox, and for the way that he sets up, he's an athlete. I mean, he is a true athlete, and a lot of people out there playing golf are athletes, but they're not in the condition that he's in. They can't maintain that posture. They can't swing like that.
And he stays on his front side the entire way.
Right.
There's no weight transfer at all, and it's done with arms and rotation and whip it. And it's a different golf swing. So if you have a traditional type of golf swing or learned weight transfer and that, you would hurt yourself trying to do this.
Right.
And so does it take off? It would have to be a very amazing fitter who does it. Has to be. Can't just I want all my clubs the same length. Send them to me.
I will tell you right. I mean, I would
Can't
tell
do
you
it.
right now. Unless I was certified in how to do that, I wouldn't fit somebody to that.
So do you think that there might become the Iron Bryson, I'm calling it?
Totally.
They could use that if they want. System that people can go to that, and you get it done. It's expensive, but you get it done right. But
I know people
But
that
you
have-
also need to learn to swing different.
I know people
right?
that have gone to his coach and the guy who developed that system.
Yeah, so it doesn't have his name. Read, and I try to find his name for you.
Yeah,
But-
and so they have gone and actually had it done by his coach and the guy who developed all
But
those.
you have to swing different.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
that's
do.
what's amazing. I couldn't swing that way.
No.
I'm a big weight transfer guy and get behind the ball. He stays in front of the golf ball, and and he's such great shape. But
I guess that's my point with, and again, I could be totally wrong, but I in the span of this year, is it like just booming and everybody's going to jump in and do it? I just don't think that everybody can do that.
Right.
I just don't
but
think
in the
it's
field, 5 years down the road,
yeah.
So-
As it gets fine tuned, like you said, I could totally see, just like a lot of other companies have done this, and Callaway is real popular. So is TaylorMade. A lot of different the main OEMs, and they actually certify people in fitting their products.
I see a school, the Bryson School, where you go and learn to swing like that.
Right.
But you're going to need to be measured with the same weight and same length club to get the same feel. So it's really very scientific what he does.
Right.
It's incredible. And I think what's neat is they're not numbered. His irons. This is his what typically would be 3-iron through lob. Right.
Right.
So he stamped names on them. Are you interested? I'll go through it
totally.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
The 3-iron it's 20 degrees. They calls it gamma. That's what's stamped on it, GAMMA, because it's a third letter of the Greek alphabet. So he put gamma on it.
Nice.
His 5-iron doesn't have a 4, at least not in the record I have. It's named after the favorite par 5 that he ever plays, Azalea, which is at the Masters. So is at Augusta National. So he named Azalea because that's his favorite par 5. That's the 5.
That's awesome.
The 6-iron is Juniper, not Jupiter. It's the 6th hole at Augusta. He named it 6 because it's the name of the. So he's a big fan, by the way. A lot of these names are from the Masters. So he's a huge fan of Masters.
That's cool.
The 7-iron, which is 34 degrees. So 3 plus 4 is 7.
Right.
And it has Tin Cup written on it because that was Tin Cups. Remember, he can play with just the 7-iron. He
Yes.
broke all his clubs.
Yeah.
So he named it Tin Cup. That's what's on his 7-iron.
That's awesome.
His 8-iron, which is kind of interesting, it's 38 degrees, and he calls it the 8-ball, which is the only one that's really similar to the 8-iron. So that's the 38-degree club. He calls it the 8-ball, and the iron correlates quite nicely. He calls it. So this one, I told you the name of the 9-iron. It's 42 degrees. That's his 9-iron. What do you think of the name of it is? Because you got it right.
42.
Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah,
Calls
it's
it
Jackie Robinson.
From Jackie. So the name of this,
Yeah.
the only thing that's stamped in his glove is the name Jackie.
That is cool.
So he calls his pitching wedge, which is the typical, not his pitching wedge, his Herman, which is the 46 club, which is our typical pitching wedge.
Yeah.
He calls it Herman because Herman Kaiser won the Masters in 1946. And it's
Oh, I think you're going to say because of Herman Munster.
So, anyways, it's 46 Masters. The winner was, I don't know, so he calls it Herman. Then he calls his gap wedge the 50-degree Jimmy because Jimmy DeMeritt won the Masters in 50, and it's 50 degrees. Sand wedge is 55. He calls it Mr. Ward. I'm surprised he doesn't call it Harvey because it's named after Harvey Ward, who was the low amateur in 55 in the U.S. amateur. He was the low, in the 55 was the U.S. amateur winner. Harvey Ward was. Sorry, I messed that one up.
No, that's
and
okay.
in 60,
That's cool.
he calls it the King because Arnold Palmer won the Masters in 60. It's also is a King Cobra. It had the word King on it already, but it was a King Cobra sandwich. But he calls it King because of the 60. So he has King, Mr. Ward, Jimmy, Herman, Jackie, 8-Ball, Tin Cup, Juniper, Azalea, Gamma are his names of his irons.
That is so cool. I love
The
that.
dude rocks, man.
I love that.
What's he hitting? He's hitting a Gamma.
That's so cool. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I love what he's done with the clubs and everything. And like you asked me that question, I think
Kids love him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Kids love
and
it.
I have nothing. I'm saying all this. I have nothing against him. I just think that technology it just needs some more time for people
People
to
need to be more educated.
to be more
it's
educated
not
about
that
it.
simple
Right.
to say, hey, Dave Shamandel, I want you to build me all clubs the same length.
Exactly.
Because there's much more.
There's
and
a
you got
lot
it
to
right.
it.
The posture is huge, and you'll get hurt.
Yeah,
You hit-
totally.
You'd have to change your posture to different length. Yeah, it would be. Yeah,
It would be.
it'd be weird.
Yeah, but it could be done.
Standing that far away from a wedge would be different.
Yeah.
7-iron distance would be kind of cool.
Oh, that's what I've heard from the people that I know that have gotten those clubs. The iron that I've heard the most that people have a hard time adjusting to is the length of the wedge.
And it's even the 60. His
Yeah.
lob is that long.
Yeah.
7-iron length.
That's what I've heard.
Traditionalist.
And the people
That is-
they like the clubs, but they seem to always have like a club or two they're not really tuned into. They can't quite get
But
it.
if you don't
work.
get your posture right, it
Yeah.
won't work. Or if
Yeah.
you're transferring weight.
yeah,
Your body transfers weight like me.
Right.
I'm back to front, and he just stays. Well, so watch a video of him up front. He goes
No,
way
it's-
forward.
I love watching. I can still see when we were in the Masters watching him hit
Pretty
the drive off
amazing
of
stuff,
10.
man. I'm
And,
intrigued by this guy.
Yeah, me too. And with that, guys, we're going to take our first break of the second hour. And thank you to Paso Robles Golf Club for partnering with Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. You can win rounds of golf from Paso Golf Club just for listening to the show. And visit PasoRoblesGolfClub.com to check out the latest tee times online. Also, there'll be a live music series coming up here in the next month or so. And we'll have a Super Bowl Sunday skins game that will be posted up there at PasoRoblesGolfClub.com pretty soon. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.